Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Space Monkey Mafia here, and today we are doing Tales from Retail. Sorry if my mic is making noises. My cat is messing with it currently, so if anything happens, If anything happens, it's because my cat is just messing stuff up right now. Many years ago, I worked at a bookstore. Stop. Kitty, I love you, but stop. Many years ago, I worked at a bookstore. This bookstore had a pretty lax return policy. If you had a receipt, we'd take it back. If you didn't have a receipt, as long as it was something we sold, we'd take it back in exchange for store credit. The only thing was, returns without a receipt required a manager's code in the computer. But it was no big deal, and the managers at my store rarely refused a return unless the book was seriously damaged or we just didn't carry the title, and they always took back books that still had our store sticker attached. The store I worked at started all new hires off as cashiers for a month or two before letting them move up to bookseller, and this happened about a week after I started, so I was still pretty green, but I hadn't run into anything I couldn't handle. Enter the holy prophet of self-esteem, HPOSE. She was a nondescript, probably mid-40s, light brown hair, easy smile. She approached my register and pulled a book out of one of our bags. HPOSE. I need to return this. Me. Sure thing. Do you have your receipt? H. I don't. Is that going to be a problem? Me. Flipping the book over and seeing one of our store stickers. Not at all. It will have to be for store credit, though. That's our policy for returns without a receipt. H. Store credit is fine. I shop here all the time. Me. Cool. I just need to ring the manager real quick to process the return. H. Looking miffed. But I said store credit would be just fine. Me. Yeah, the computer just needs a manager's code, and I'm just a cashier, so... H. No! At this point, I kind of freeze, not sure what to do. H's vehemence is totally out of proportion to needing a manager's code, and she's also looking at me like I just drop-kicked her favorite puppy. You are not just a cashier. You have so much more worth as a person than this menial job. It's so sad what we've done to your generation, telling you that all you are is what you do for your employer. But you're more than a cashier. You're a person. Me, laughing awkwardly. No, ma'am, I mean that I can't process your return on my own because I'm just a cashier and the computer requires a H. You are not just a cashier. Me. Ma'am, I need to call a manager to H. Say you're not just a cashier. Me. I'm not just a cashier. H. Good. I bet you feel much better. Now, can I please return my book? Me. Very decidedly not feeling better. Sure, but I need to call a manager to process the return. H. Voice quavering, suddenly on the verge of tears. But you just said you weren't a cashier. I thought you understood. You're more than this job. You have the ability to do this. I believe in you. Me. I really can't. The computer won't let me because it needs a manager's code, and I'm not a manager. I'm a cashier. H. Stop saying you're a cashier. It was at this point that my manager came to my rescue. I'm not sure if the other cashier paged her or if she just overheard the commotion, but she calmly walked over and told me to move to the next register so she could finish processing H's return. H spent the entire time my manager was ringing up the return, haranguing her for destroying her employee's sense of self-worth. I don't know if H took her store credit to a different location or what, but I never saw her in our store again. Okay, wow. I don't know if she was just trying to be supportive, if she was having a mental break, or if she just thought that telling the cashier that she wasn't a cashier would just magically give her the manager's code. Who knows? This guy called me. He asked if he needed an appointment. I told him yes. Otherwise, our wait times could be an hour. He then continued to argue with me about this, like it's not my store's policy or anything. Some background. I sell products that can take about 30 minutes at least to fit. That being said, we close at 5 on Saturdays. We cannot take fittings past 4:30. We open at 10 and close at 6 every other day. Him. Well, my schedule's pretty much open 24/7, 365, so I can just come in whenever I please. Me. Okay, but we still need to make the appointment so we know when you're coming in. Okay, but we would still need to make the appointment so we knew when you were coming in. Him. But I can just get there before you even open, and you'll have to fit me since I'll be the first person there. Me. Not if we have an appointment at 10, which we often do. I'm sorry, but I'll need you to make an appointment. Him. Well, I do not ever remember, and I don't even own a clock, so appointments are no good for me. Me. Right, but it's also for us and our other clients, so if you could, guy cuts me off. Him. Well, I'm headed out now from Kern County, so I'll be there in an hour. At this point, it's 3:45 on a Saturday. Me. That will not give us enough time for your fitting, as we do not take fittings after 4:30 on Saturdays. Our fittings take at least 30 minutes, which would put me past closing. Him. Oh, it shouldn't take that long to close your store. Can't you just stay later for me? Me. No, I cannot. We are scheduled to be off by a certain time, and I am not authorized to do overtime. This is policy, so if you would like, let's set up your appointment. Him. No, I'm walking in sometime next week. Hangs up on me. How hard is it to just set an appointment? Like, okay, no clock. There's a clock on the phone, I'm pretty sure, unless he's using a landline, which I guess would be reasonable considering, I guess, the whole demeanor of this guy, but like, borrow a friend's clock. Make an exception, just this once, so you can get what you want. Not insanely eventful, but it gave me a good laugh, so here goes. Obligatory, I'm on mobile disclaimer, you get it. So, I work in the bakery department. Our stock is right next to the produce department, which isn't always staffed because once they put everything out, their need for people is low. I get people all the time asking about things on coupon, etc. One guy flags me down while I'm putting out some muffins and goes as follows. OM, old man, me. OM, can you go into the back and get me a fresher cantaloupe? Those ones look bad. Me, oh, let me get someone in produce for you. I work in a different department. I check everywhere for the produce employee, realizing it's after 5 and he's nowhere to be found. He's gone for the day. I make my way back to the old man, who is now holding a honeydew angrily. They're placed right next to the cantaloupe, but clearly labeled. Me, sir, our produce employee is gone for the day, and I don't have access to their stock. But I assure you all stock has been put out for today, and that's what's left. OM, you see this cantaloupe? Waves the honeydew. It looks awful, rolls his eyes. The color is all wrong. The shape is wrong. He angrily puts it away and walks off. Me, sir, The whole time he's holding a gosh darn honeydew, complaining that it's a bad cantaloupe. I wanted to correct him so badly, but I knew he'd get angry. So, the customer's always right, eh? So I can kind of get mistaking a cantaloupe for a honeydew. Like, they don't look too different. But if it's labeled, it's probably an old guy, he just got a little confused and have his reading glasses or something. This one, it's not too bad. It's one of the more just kind of funny ones, honestly. This story is a little long, but worth the read. This day will forever be etched into my brain. I was working as loss prevention for a well-known retail store in the South. I had been on my job for about 8 months, so I knew all the tactics needed to catch shoplifters. For example, viewing them on the panels our stores would have on the ceiling, so I do not have to be on the aisle with them and can secretly watch them, etc. The store I was at a bad part of town, and of course this is why they needed loss prevention. One day this lady comes in who used to be a regular. I always had a feeling she was stealing, but I could never catch her. I would always catch the aftermath of either open packages or items hid away for someone to come back later, which could have been anyone, so I couldn't prove it was her in particular doing this. Well, one day I had nothing to do, and it was slow. I can't usually watch people for more than 5 minutes before having to watch someone else because the theft was that bad. So this day, I watched her go from aisle to aisle. She started in makeup and worked her way down the aisles. I finally saw her put some face care items into her purse and thought, okay, now, here we go, some action. So I come around the corner like Chris Hansen and say, "Ma'am, I saw you put those items in your purse. I'm going to need them back or you can pay for them up front." She says it's nothing in here and shows me her purse. The bottom is completely empty. I know I'm not crazy. I just watched her put them in her purse. So now I'm shaking because if she goes to corporate and reports me, I could lose my job for a bad stop. Plus, I was so excited to catch her, I didn't even wait until she crossed the last point of sale. She insists I get her purse and look in it. I don't because I can't touch any physical property of the customers, and plus, I don't know if a needle or something is in there. I apologize and let her go on her way. She left rather fast after that. I told the manager and discussed it with the other loss prevention people. I concluded that this was my first time experiencing someone who had a false bottom purse. I still think about the look on her face, and the look my face must have had. I hate her. Now, just like everyone else, I've been to, bad parts of town and whatever, but, he can't even watch someone for 5 minutes because people are just stealing stuff every couple of, minutes. That's kind of ridiculous. Come on, people. Step it up, guys. Background. I work at a large off-price retailer based in the United States as a cashier/sales associate/ literally every other job in the store. I'm from a more tropical area in my region, and this causes an influx of tourists in the summer/holiday seasons. This story is from around mid-late December. Since Christmas was nearing, the store was filled with customers, and the line ran from the start of our queue line almost to the fitting room, halfway across the store. I'm rushing through customers, bringing them out as quickly as I can to try to get the lines a little more manageable, and up comes one of our regular problem customers. Let's call her Crazy Customer, referred to as CC. She's come in multiple times prior to this and caused some general problems with our staff, such as saying they stole their credit cards, overcharging her, etc. The normal crazy stuff that crazy people do in public. Of course, I managed to get her at my register. She has one of our bags in her left hand and 30 receipts in the other. Our interaction went something along the lines of this. Me, hi, how are you today? CC, blank stare and dumps swimsuits out from the bag. Me, returning? CC, yes. Me, begin sorting through the swimsuits to check for damages, stains, tickets, etc. Is there anything wrong with any of these? CC, no, they're just wrong. Me, alright, do you have your receipt? CC, I have some. Begins violently searching through her bag while the receipts are in her hand. Me, Is it one of these ones? CC. Obviously. Why else would I have them? Me. Okay, if you let me see them and I'll figure out which one it is. CC. No, I don't have it. Me. You don't have the receipt? Could I see your driver's license? I'll be able to give you store credit back for these. CC. Hands me her state-issued ID, takes off her hat and glasses. Does it look like me? Me. Sure. This is when I felt things start to get sketchy, so I have my front-end supervisor hang around nearby just in case all heck breaks loose. Me. Begins typing her ID number, name, and address into the computer to start her return. Scans the swimsuits and takes out a store credit, hands her the ID back. CC. What were you typing for my license into the computer? Me. The computer requires me to input your information to allow a return without your receipt. At this point, I knew she was going to cause a problem. I'm fully aware that she made returns without receipts in the past and is fully aware that I have to do this. CC. I don't feel comfortable with that. Can you just give me the money and delete me from your system? Me. I've already put it all in and started processing the return. I can't just delete it. The computer doesn't let me. CC. Raises her voice. Where is your manager? Me. Pages my manager via my annoying little Motorola radio. MG. Manager. What is going? CC. He stole my personal information. He took my license and started writing down all of my information. I pull the manager aside a few inches and explain why I had her ID and that she doesn't understand. MG. Ma'am, for us to do a return without a receipt, the computer makes us collect information from you to prevent abuse of the system. CC. He has my name and knows where I live now. This isn't right. MG. We don't store your information here and the computer sends it to corporate instantly. He doesn't have access to it. CC. He saw it. How long has he been working here? I want his name and his unintelligible but pretty sure she meant social security number. He is a criminal. MG. I'm not giving you that information. CC. He's trying to steal my identity and so that he can come to my house and kill me. MG. No, he's not. I'll finish your return without your information and give you store credit. CC. Thank you. Finally. MG. Processes the return and punches in John Doe information for the customers. MG. Hands her an SVC, store value card. Have a nice day. CC. How can you return it without my ID if the computer requires you to put it in? I told you he was lying and trying to get my info. MG. Attempts to explain that she put her own information in instead. CC. I'm bringing the police to have him arrested. And she left for a solid 15 minutes. Then she came back. CC. Walks in the door and walks right up to me while I'm helping a customer. CC. What's your name? Me. Sam. It says it right here on my name tag. What's your last name? Me. Points at the name tag. My name is Sam. Okay, Sam. I just wanted to tell you that you're doing such an amazing job. Enjoy it while you have it. And she left again. No cops ever came, and I've ceased to see her come into our store since. People suck. My favorite comment for this one is, of course you haven't seen her in your store again. You killed her, OP. We know what you did. And yeah, I mean, I guess retail people, they gotta deal with some crazy people on a pretty much daily basis, it seems. So that kind of sucks. You know, some people just can't help it. She was probably just, having a mental break. Something's going on. Because remember, people in general are good people. Sometimes, I don't know why they feel that they can just take out their anger and frustration of the days out on retail people. It's not fair for them to do that. It's really kind of awful. Not kinda, it is pretty awful, but, most people are good. Sorry for anyone who has to work in retail. And try to be, everyone do something today. Try to be really nice to someone working retail. Just do something. Just be super nice to them, because they don't see that a lot, apparently. And that about wraps it up for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, all that good little YouTube stuff. I hope you guys did enjoy it, though, and if you did, I'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye!